Welcome back to part 11. There is no key in there. It's gone. We'll call this episode Broke Bits. Engine on the engine stand, because they're only supported at this end, and I want to be braying down on this bolt. What I've done is put this jack on this end so that I'm not going to snap something off this end, if you're with me. Of course you are. And then to stop the crankshaft turning, we've just wedged a piece of wood into there, and because I kept snapping my 1/2 inch breaker bars, we've moved up to 3/4 drive. So let's see if this one breaks or if it comes off. Left hand thread. Okay, right. Wish me luck. See what I mean? Look at this wood. Crushed itself. So the block's gonna break. Something's gonna happen. I think what was gonna happen there was that the engine stand was gonna flip over. Yeah, I need to figure a way of keeping the engine stand still to stop the engine flipping over. I've wedged that in there. Yeah, but guys, it has worked. She's loose. I have cracked that bolt off. Let's have a look. See what was going on. No thread lock. I was honestly expecting to see loads of thread lock on this. You can see the bolt's had some abuse, but it's off. Maybe some people are trying to do it the wrong way. I don't know. How tight's this bit of wood? That is wedged in there. Oh, time for another cup of tea. In my excitement and the enjoyment of a cup of tea, I didn't look at the oil pump, and when I did, I found this. And on the crank pulley itself, the woodruff key that's built into the pulley was gone. It was no longer there. So questions needed to be asked. We got the oil pump off. And this is interesting. That is the crank locking tool bolt. But it was broken in there. And this had happened when someone had tried to undo the bolt without success. And that was an Alfa specialist. But anyway, they checked the engine out after it had bent its valves the last time. Now, what the guy I bought it off said, he fitted a new oil pump and he only put the crank bolt in with a 3/8 windy gun, apparently. I spoke to him today about it actually, and I'll save his blushes, he's a good guy. But this is the crank pulley, and as you can see, there is no key in there. It's gone. For comparison, this is off the other engine number 1. You can see that keyway, which is sort of part of the pulley. Kids, noisy kids. And that locates into there. So I think what's happened is it came loose as it was idling. He said it's just turned it on, it was idling perfect, and they were just about to go for a drive in it, and it just cut out. And I think that was loose enough to slip on there, because if you look at the oil pump, it went round that far. It's that about 90 degrees, and then it cut out with bent valves, and he couldn't figure out how it had, how the top end was 90 degrees out compared to the timing mark on the bottom pulley, and that'll be why. So hopefully I'll be able to clean this up, and hopefully it won't leak, because it's 175 quid I paid basically for this oil pump, which has only ever been started. It's not done any miles, and then the engine, the timing belt, obviously. Well, the timing belt didn't go, did it? That's the pulley slipped around. That's what's happened. So, with that broken bit there, I'm going to have to put a longer bolt in with a washer on it, and that wasn't really the deal of the century, was it? But anyway, I didn't know that until now, and I've had this engine since 2018. You know, just sat around, so I can't really complain about it. So that's what's happened there. So as you can see, I've had this since March 2018, which we call engine number 3. I think it's probably time to retire that engine. Now I've got the oil pump that hopefully is going to be okay. Engine number 1, which was the original engine in the red Alfa, we've got a lot of damage. The spun bearing and potentially damaged conrods, potentially damaged main bearing caps. I don't think it's worth carrying on with this engine. So with those two pretty much ruled out, that leaves us with the last option here, which is engine number 2, which is the 200 brake horsepower engine from my original black 159 Lusso, which I absolutely adored. That car, it was lovely in black, but sadly it met its demise when it was hit side on by a truck at work, in the yard at work. It's only doing about 10 miles an hour, but that was enough to push it over 6 feet and completely destroy that rear quarter. So as you know, I stripped that to a bare shell apart from the front and rear screens, and got rid of it. So I think the next job needs to be stripping down that black 159 engine and see if we can salvage that with some of the other bits. There's a couple of minutes bonus of me stripping that other oil pump down from engine number 1 with the spun bearing. Now I've taken all the bolts out the back of the oil pump. It turns now. I need 2 hands. Just a minute. I'm not really seeing anything. I don't know. That's maybe not so good. Well, there's definitely wear on it, but no particular damage, debris in there. It all looks pretty clean. He says. There is debris in there. Okay. So the next episode, we'll be pulling the engine number 2 apart.